Hello, my friends. Hello, lovelies. This is an electricity ship. This is power to the people. These are our stories. Thank you for being here. Thank you, Anima Mundi. That includes you. For God, Goddess, Spirit, Deity, whatever you might want to call it, the presence, the oneness. Yes. We're all collecting here to tell stories, so thank you very much for your presence watching this. I include anybody who interacts with the channel, past, present, or future, in my monthly rituals to offer you abundance. This is a reading for Taurus in relationships, so any Taurus placements, sun, moon, rising, Jupiter, Mars, whatever. If it resonates with you, the reading's for you. If anything fills you with any kind of fear or trepidation or unease, you don't have to take it. You can leave it, and if you ever feel like coming back to it when you're ready to face it, that's fine. If you never want to, that's fine too. This is for empowerment and joy. So thank you again so much for being here. This is such a huge part of my gratitude process and practice. So I've got the crystal, the deck of crystals by Nadia Bailey. I've got the Visionary I Ching cards and the Wild Unknown Animal Spirit deck, and then the Rosebud Tarot and the Orion's Animal Tarot, as well as the Dulac Tarot for any clarifications. We got some jumpers when I was meditating on the decks and your energy, so that's interesting, and we've got a lot of things to go over. So without further ado, I'd like for us to begin by thinking of something for which we have great gratitude or little tiny gratitude. It can be a micro tenderness or a macro tenderness. We're just going to build them all up into a beautiful cairn of tendernesses and, drop by drop, drip by drip, leaf by leaf, etc. So please take a deep breath, get into your body, into your breath, into your heart, and we'll think of a point of gratitude. I am going to send it towards the pasta I just had for lunch. It was lovely. Very simple, but very, very good. And appropriate for Taurus that I be thinking about food. Okay, love you guys. Taurians, they're all very, very beautiful. Deep breath. Yeah. Thank you so much. Oh, I feel like contentment and ease. So hopefully you're getting a lot of rest and enjoying the pleasures of life, the simple things. Because, contentment, not excitement, is not really the thing I feel. I feel contentment. So good for you, Taurus. And, I hope you're sharing it with somebody that you love, of course. Twice shared is twice blessed, right? So let's see what we've got from the crystals deck, please. For Taurus. There are no dates on these readings. Whenever it comes to you, it's the right time. So Taurus. Best messages for Taurus. All right, nice. I like that. That's great. And best messages for Taurus, please. And that's just coming right out. Awesome. Thank you. Best messages for the gorgeous Tauruses. Best messages. All right, might be hard to talk about something or scrambled vision. There's two. We already had another one come out. So the cards are talking to you. Cards are talking to you, bulls. We'll get 3 cards, please. Great. And I don't know. I think we've got a 4th one here. Cards are talking. The cards are talking. have 5 of fire, the devil, 2 of air, and sovereignty of water. Bottom of the deck, 3 of air. Okay. Oh, here we go. Another topper. Boop. That's the Knight of Wands, Page of Cups, 7 of Swords, Queen of Pentacles. Awesome. Okay. Bottom of the deck, 2 of Wands. Okay, so we've got some 2s. See, we got 2 2s. So that's good. You know, it's like in a partnership situation, 2s are always good to see. Of course, the 2 of air, 2 of swords can be very kind of indecisive, but it can also indicate like going within to blindfold yourself and just allow your thoughts to settle in so that you can make a choice. The 2 of Wands is also sort of a gazing out and contemplating. So gazing in, gazing out. This is some tough stuff, you know, 3 of Swords, like there's heartbreak, but like this is always an opportunity to let it go, right? So the things that happened in the past do not have to pierce your mind going forward. There may be things that you are looking at as you look within that you can let go and into the open sea. And then send the rest of your wishes out into the ocean as well and into the sky, as it were. Because those manifestations will come back to you. With the Page of Cups, you know, that any cups, heart-centered cards are great for putting manifestation. And we have the Sovereignty of Water, which is the Queen. So she is a wonderful manifester as well. She's very in touch with her feelings and she knows what she wants. So the time is here to ascertain what it is you desire and let go of the pain. We see the 7 of Swords here. Can also be painful thoughts, duplicity, sneaking behind somebody's back, untoward behavior, dishonest behavior, things unsaid, you know, getting away with things, little white lies or black ones even. But you have these 2 queens here, and we also have a Knight of Wands. So there's a lot of like power in the room. The Knight of Wands is the Sagittarius card. And then we've got the Queen of Cups, which is Cancer, and the Queen of Pentacles, which is Capricorn. So look out for people in your life who have strong placements in those signs, or for those placements within your own chart. To where those houses are could indicate some places that you could work on to help bring these manifestations forward more smoothly. There's the Devil in the middle. So this could indicate an addiction, which I imagine might be to this conflict, inner conflict, outer conflict. This is some more outer conflict. 5 of Fire is kind of more useful banter where you're, you know, setting boundaries with people and stating what you like and you don't like, and more specifically your passions and your preferences. You see this person who is gagged, bound and gagged, like that kind of bondage may come from not speaking or expressing. You know, it might not be with words because it is a fire card. So it could be, you know, expressing things through your art or through your actions, just the ways that you show that your passion is there. And certainly your passion is there because the Knight of Wands is here. And the Knight of Wands is one of the fastest moving cards in the deck. It's lusty, exciting, amazing, full of color and life and splendor, and you know, make it like a great fireman, you know. or firefighter, as it were, or, may set things ablaze, actually. The Queen of Pentacles is here to bring things into order and organization, whereas this Queen of Cups is like so sensitive and passionate and pure, and but like in this mature way where she knows exactly how she feels and knows exactly what she wants for her heart and her emotions. The Queen of Pentacles is going to talk more about setting up the structures around which these dreams can be manifested. Pay attention to your dreams. Seeing a dolphin figure here alongside the Queen of Cups really tells me that there might be some dream information. But there's also like something that needs to be let go of, especially with this Three of Swords, that's no longer serving you. Did we talk about all of these cards? Yeah. So I just want to get some clarity on the Devil real quick. That could be a Capricorn in your life as well, so that's significant. So, and if you have any Capricorn placements, pay attention to that, because that might be a place in your houses or in your chart where your will is being done. Sometimes you got to put the rubber to the road, and the Devil is good for that. Like, earthly desires are happening, we're fulfilling them. I am determined. This is the way. And sometimes it can just block out all of these like spiritual and emotional concerns, but sometimes you gotta push it through, right? And sometimes, as Oscar Wilde says, the only cure for temptation is indulging, as it were. So a little of that sometimes, all right. But let's do some clarification on that and just make sure that our energy is nice and clean on the Devil, because you don't want to get stuck there. You go to Temperance next, so that's like a recovery card. So don't go too hard. Just apply as much force and Saturnian restriction, as it were, as needs to be done. Don't put yourself in bondage. Just give yourself some boundaries and restraints. And that push through energy, right? Yeah. Yep. So 18 is the moon. You could get lost in this hedonism, as it were. So be careful with that. And, you could get some kind of sickness, like, that's very liquidy. You've got enough cups here that's something that to be concerned about. Something with like mucus, or your reproductive organs, or your lymph system, your joints, your reproductive organs. So be sure to drink a lot of water. Don't get hungover on whatever. If it's, I'm not just saying alcohol, I'm saying like, don't get hungover on lack of sleep, for example, or, those things that you do to push through that may not necessarily be healthy, in very, very small bursts can they be helpful. And then it just gets into the land of confusion, and you've got to go back here before you can, and go through your shit again before you can take action on what you want. And by the way, pages are kind of like plans and ideas of how things are done. So there's some kind of surprising element of what's coming in emotionally that's gonna kind of like, whoa, oh, hadn't felt about it that way before, and that'll give you like some inspiration to go forward. But go too fast, go too raw into your heart without like thinking things through, go into exterior contemplation, interior contemplation, moon gazing, not making decisions, not taking forceful action until you've consulted your intuitive sides. Otherwise, you're going to just kind of go through this shit again. So, interesting that we have the Moonstone for the crystal card. Protection and intuition. Yeah. So, Moonstone's associated with Cancer in the month of June. So, if that's significant. Lucky, especially on a Monday, because Moon is for Mondays. Yeah, so it was thought that moonstone cooled heated imaginations and protected against moonstrokes and lunacy. Okay, so yeah, here's our heated argument, you know. Keep it mellow, you know, be sure that you're examining your own behavior as well as like, you know, what your thoughts really are about the behavior that's in front of you, so that you're not like putting it through the lens of this old heartbreak. Time to move on, right? It was viewed as a powerful love charm during the moon's waning and enabled its wearer to foretell the future. Okay, so, and it can banish nightmares. So, yeah, if you're having like, you know, if we had the Nine of Swords, that would definitely be like nightmare card. But like the Seven of Swords can be kind of like a waking nightmare, not feeling trust towards people. Watch out for that. You know, you don't have to view everybody through lens of like people who've hurt you before. There are people who have loved you and cared for you as well. Yeah, and as far as like foretelling the future, why not? You know, sit under the moon and maybe you will have a kind of insight with that when you're moon gazing. Moonstone's associated with the nighttime, all the mystery and romance that the dark brings. It embraces intuition and aids in receptivity and emotional awareness. Receptivity, emotional awareness. Keep it under a pillow. Great. And then for our I Ching card, we have returning. Oh, that's wonderful. Yeah. So either you're returning to this place where you were before you were heartbroken, or, you know, there could be somebody from the past coming up. But in the I Ching, earth above, thunder below, it also contains the word, it's returning in Chinese is fu, which I often wonder if like has anything to do with kung fu, of like, so kung is, you know, knowledge or wisdom. And I wonder if it translates directly to return to wisdom. So like an original state. So like, you know, this kind of like trickery and these kind of underhanded moves that you've had to use to get things done, and that, you know, travel, you know, under the cloak of night kind of behaviors. That's not like, you know, who you were in the beginning. And this Page of Cups is showing you that you can get back to the beginning. And you've got this really wonderful maternal energy as well. So find that maternal energy within yourself, or, you know, be inspired by the spirit of somebody you know, and you'll be able to have that internal care, you know. The Queen of Cups is going to be a really good emotional mother figure too. So if you're doing anything, any reparenting, this is like really going to help you out. And then finally the two cards of, oh shit. Okay, well, seeing two snakes right off the bat is pretty amazing. This is for the cosmic egg, and there's the cobra, and I don't usually read out of the book necessarily but this is from the spirit, and it coordinates with chakras, so I think that's significant that we look at that. But yeah, the cobra, right? Kundalini energy, and I'm sure that this cosmic egg, we'll talk about it as well, but yeah, let's see. I think this might even be the crown chakra. I'm not sure. Yeah. Yeah. So this is associated with the crown chakra in the Animal Spirit Guidebook deck. And then the cobra is like, you know, kind of this like stalking energy. So there's like a lot of patience involved, but then like a quick strike, right? So we kind of see this quick strike here. And then, you know, cobras have this sort of like intimidation tactic as well. So like, I'm not saying go and intimidate people, but you may be able to show that you're, you know, have the appearance that you're larger than you are. Before you strike, and that sort of how you present may give you a little extra power when you make a move and make a decision. right? After you make the decision from these areas and clear out these conflicts and this kind of confusion, you're going to be able to strike with this energy quickly and just, get big and then strike and then, back. But the other thing about snakes is that there's the Ouroboros, which is the snake eating its own tail, an infinity symbol. And then and it definitely is associated with the chakra system and Kundalini energy. So, like, the two snakes spiral up the center of the chakra system toward the crown, which is represented by this one. And that's when a state of enlightenment is reached. So there's kind of this sinuous, fluid movement to stay flexible, to shed your skin, to take care of your body when it's too cold or too hot. And, you may feel cool or heat in kind of spiritual interactions and meditation. Make sure that your body is cared for and that you have time to, like, really absorb the insights that you're receiving. And I think we're going to be shedding some confusion about these kind of underhanded tactics of the past to be able to kind of go on a more elevated, more straightforward and honest route towards our goals. Crown chakra, be careful when you're activating it. It can be very, very sensitive, and so you're going to want to need a lot of rest after you activate your crown. But yeah, being thankful, doing any kind of prayer, whatever that means for you, is going to be helpful. And you may want to do some grounding exercises as well. The snake does crawl on the ground, so it's great for top to bottom. So if you have an activated crown chakra, you might want to walk around and barefoot in the dirt a little bit, or whatever helps you feel like safe and grounded again. And let's get to these cards that came out in the beginning of the reading. I have, let's see what we got here. Let's make a little more room, a little more room, a little more room for you. So, death. Wow. Yeah. So this is the death of this underhanded energy. No more. You're going to a higher frequency. And then we've got the witch, high priestess. So, you're being informed by some very deep, intuitive energies. Pisces. Okay. And then this is that maternal energy we're talking about. So you can do some inner parenting and really get far with that, with your healing and ending these conflicts. I don't really want to fight no more. Do. Love you, Tina Turner. Okay. And then this one, oh yes, 34, great vigor. Okay, so that's these guys here, right? Move with force and vigor and inspiration and, sexy, like, robust energy. You'll be great, but just don't do it in a way that will hurt people unless you just need to, like, I've been in some situations where somebody was attacking me and I just had to use, like, a very direct hit to do as little damage as possible to stop the aggression from coming towards me. So that's a good Cobra energy. I'm not saying to get into a physical fight. I worked in bars, so, like, I won't extrapolate from there, but, like, I'm not saying get in a physical fight, but if you're in a situation that needs a little force, like, for example, no is a complete sentence, right? So if you're setting a boundary, you don't have to explain why you feel that way and why you're not going to do it, or what why you're not comfortable, whatever. You don't have, no is a complete sentence. So, in any space that you need to make a very, concise move, make it as concise as possible. Brevity is the soul of wit, right? Maybe it's, I love you. Maybe you've never been able to say that, or maybe it's, something you've not been able to do, say, or whatever, because of you've been intimidated by, maybe there's some morality kind of layers that you have over yourself. You can move with great vigor and get your return to your original source, your original self. I don't know if you can hear them mowing the lawn back there. I apologize if it's bothering you at all, but we are returning to source, and I'm very happy to be here with you. I think that you've got a lot of great things going on, and a lot of nurturing protective energy, a lot of like self-directed power, and the universe here to with these major arcana cards to connect you to your highest intuition, return you to your original self, and to make sure that things that have broken you in the past will be cleared out going forward. I love you, Taurus. I love you so much. Thank you for being here. I'll keep you on my altar for all of your dreams to give you blessings, right? So with that, thank you again. This is an electricity ship. This is power to the people. Peace be with you.